Hare Krishna. Welcome to Wisdomful Wednesday. This Wisdomful Wednesday is really wisdomful and joyful and blissful because this weekend we're going to have the Appearance Day celebration. That is Janmashtami of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. Hari Bol. We're going to discuss few important points of Krishna's appearance. How it is unique and special and celebrated across the universe's entire spiritual and material world. That is Krishna's Janmashtami. Before that, Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Krishna's appearance is divine and it is voluntary. Krishna decides when he is going to appear, what time he is going to appear, in what format he is going to appear, in what form he is going to appear, when he is going to appear. He is completely independent, divine and volunteer. He decides all these things. That's the difference between our birth and Krishna's birth. He chooses his parents. Did we choose our parents? He decides the time of his appearance. Did we choose when we're going to born? He decides what activities he's going to perform. And all that well in advance, the acharyas in the scriptures have prophesied well in advance. That is the specialty of Krishna's appearance. Krishna doesn't not take birth like us. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says in 4th chapter, 9th verse, Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo veti tatvatha tektva deham punarjanmaneti mameti sa Arjuna. When Krishna appeared in the jail of Mathura, people, by and large, almost everyone, including those who were physically present during Dwapar Yuga, during Krishna's appearance, almost every single person thought that Krishna, who appeared in the jail, Kamsa's jail, is an ordinary mortal. Prabhupada says only 200 people at max could understand that Krishna is not an ordinary personality, but the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And his appearance, that is his birth, is divine. He does not take birth like us. That is the difference. We don't appear. We are forced to take birth against our wishes. We just desperately want to get out of the womb of the mother. We were placed based on our karma. But Krishna's appearance, Krishna's birth, Janma and karma are transcendental, which is beyond his material realm. The laws of material nature doesn't apply to his birth. That's the beauty of Krishna's appearance. In our case, it's totally different. Karmana daiva netrena jantur deho upapatte. According to the resultant action of our karma, Daiva, the Supreme Lord, Paramatma, and according to our karma, we are given a particular type of body based on these two factors. But Krishna is not like that. He is the Supreme. He is beyond karma. Law of karma doesn't apply to him. That's why he can do anything and everything. Whatever he does is divine. And it is difficult for the current so-called to understand, or even otherwise, what current? Everyone in the past also couldn't understand Krishna. What to speak of the current Gen Z's, current feminine or you understand what I mean. How will they understand Krishna? Even the greatest acharyas cannot understand Krishna. Even the host of the sages, the host of the devatas, Krishna says in the Gita, can't understand me. I'm covered for them. It's not easy to understand Krishna. He himself cannot understand what to speak of others. His close associates, Ananta, with his thousands of foods, describing his glories for millions and trillions of years, continuously cannot describe the glories. It's unlimited. But still, anyone can understand the degree of which the Acharyas have explained, the degree Krishna himself explains about himself in the Bhagavad Gita, that we can understand. If we can understand to that extent what Krishna explains about himself in the Bhagavad Gita, he, in the 4th chapter, 9th or the same verse, he says, he'll not take birth again. Just see the power of Krishna's appearance and Leela. If you can understand that, mere understanding itself is so powerful that you don't take birth again in this material world. You are liberated. That means to understand it is not easy. If people who were present during Krishna's appearance in Dwapar Yuga couldn't understand, how come we can understand? Yes, we can do understand, provided we take shelter of bona fide spiritual master who comes from the bona fide parampara, who is in the parampara, who is from the spiritual world. When we take shelter of such a personality, Srila Prabhupada, and follow his directions and guidance, then we can understand. And that is possible when we understand that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and we need to chant the names of Krishna, and we need to hear about Krishna from himself in the Bhagavad Gita as it is. And then when we surrender to a pure devotee Acharya, when he explains to us about the intricacies, because Krishna is the property of a pure devotee. When they explain to us, we'll be able to understand. Otherwise, it's not possible. And why does he appear? Krishna's famous verse in the Bhagavad Gita, Paritranaya sadhuna, vinashaya drushkata, dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yugyayage. Whenever there's a discovery in the matter of discharge of the real duties of human life, whenever there is a discrepancy in the matter of discharging the real duties of human life, Lord appears. What is the real duty? Or the only duty and the real duty is to serve Krishna, surrender to Krishna, make Krishna our center of attraction. Anything other than this is not real duty. When the mass of people, general mass of people, forget this real duty, forget this discharging of this fundamental duty, do something else other than this, to set right the whole thing, which is real dharma, dharma samsthapana, Lord appears. When he appears for dharma samsthapana happens because he establishes dharma, and he establishes dharma through his devotees. That's why he wanted Yudhishthira, Pandavas to be the rulers of the world. When the devotees rule the world, dharma samsthapana happens automatically. And for that, he comes to protect his devotees. And anything which is objecting, whether people or resources, objecting this dharma, Krishna annihilates them. Apparently, they may be so-called moralistic people, so-called idealistic people, but if they're against devotees, if they're against the dharma set up by Krishna, then Krishna is going to annihilate. He appears millennium after millennium. I mean, the beauty of Kali Yuga, in which we are in, all Gen Alpha, Gen Z and current generation, all of us who are in here, and for next 9,500 years, the beauty is Krishna has already appeared for that much time in the form of the holy name of the Lord. Just by chanting the names of the Lord, the benefit what one can get by seeing the Lord in Dwapar Yuga or associating with him or being a devotee of the Lord personally, the same benefit can be gotten by all of us sitting here in this age of Kali by chanting the names of the Lord. Kali Kale Nama Rupa Krishna Avatara. Krishna incarnates in the name form in this age of Kali. आपको सिर्फ भगवान का नाम जप करना है. हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. Kali Kale Nama Rupa Krishna Avatara. In Kali Yuga, there's only one form of realizing the absolute truth or performing dharma. That is simply chanting the names of the Lord. It doesn't matter what you are, which color you belong, which race you belong, which country you belong, which gender you belong, what profession you have, doesn't matter. All you need to do is simply vibrate your tongue to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. All the contamination, all the challenges, all the unwanted anarthas which are useless things which is burning our heart will be cleansed. The first symptom. Paritranaya sadhuna, the devotee in the heart will be awakened. The Arjuna in our consciousness will be rekindled. And the Duryodhana tendencies will be curtailed, curbed, and eventually destroyed to the degree of your following of chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And naturally, will be following Dharma. By following Dharma, that is chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Arjuna tendencies get activated and Duryodhana tendencies gets destroyed. That's what Krishna does when he appears. Dharma samstada apnartaya paritranaya sadhuna vinashaja dushkrita. The same affect one can get in this Kali Yuga, in this age of tech and hypocrisy and duplicity and age of quarrel and the worst age. The beauty is simply by chanting Hare Krishna, you can get that benefit. The awakening of Arjuna happens, the destruction of Duryodhana in your heart happens, and you follow the original Dharma which you're supposed to follow. This is what Krishna comes for. And in Kali Yuga, in this format of the names of the Lord, he has appeared. And August 16th is his appearance day, Janmashtami. I would implore all of you to take this Janmashtami seriously, fast on that day. It is said that one gets the benefit of performing 1 crore Ekadashis if he performs 1 Janmashtami Vrata. One advances very swiftly in the Krishna consciousness. We limit our bodily requirements and focus our body, mind, intellect, the ego and the soul completely in the service of the Lord. That is the purpose of this Vrata. Now, you should understand that simply by understanding Krishna's karma and janma leads to liberation. If anyone understands what is Krishna's birth, what is Krishna's activity, tektva deham punarjanma neti, after living this body, he does not come again to this material world to take. He goes to the spiritual world. Spiritual world is a place where from we were originally present, and because of our immaturity, because of our foolishness, we decided to ditch that place and come to this material place. And once we have realized this realization of knowledge happens automatically. You don't have to separately endeavor for jnana. Jnana is a natural byproduct, or vairagya is a natural byproduct of bhakti. When you chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, bhakti and vairagya automatically manifest. You don't have to separately endeavor. And that is simply possible by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. But we have our lacunas, we have our shortcomings. We may not be able to chant Hare Krishna Mantra attentively, or you have still even a feeble chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and supported by Srila Prabhupada's transcendental books, because we don't take anything seriously. We need evidence, we need proof, we need logical, scientific understanding of the matter. And Prabhupada has written wonderful books, scientific books, more than 80. Lifetime will not be sufficient to complete these books and understand this. So you implore, chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra and read these books. So this Janmashtami should be absorbed by hearing about Krishna, chanting the holy name of Krishna, and offering him nice preparations as far as possible. This is how you celebrate Janmashtami, because everything belongs to Krishna. Just like on your birthday, your father gets you a piece of cake and you cut the cake and you taste it. Or even before you taste it and you say, Dad, thank you so much, first you have it. The father is not interested in the cake. You see? No, he's not interested in the cake. He can afford many such cakes. He himself bought the cake. But what is he interested in? What is he touched by? The affection and the love with which the son gives it back to the father. That's what happens in Janmashtami or any other day. Devotees, of course, devotees do it every single day. Whatever morsel of grain they have it, they offer it to Krishna with love and devotion. And Krishna says in the Gita, Patram pushpam to, phalam toyam, yome bhaktya pranashati. If somebody offers me with love and devotion the food made of these 4 categories, I accept it. And that's what we have to do it. And Krishna also wants in the Bhagavad Gita that someone doesn't do it and just eats food just for his gratification. He eats only sin. Because we eat sin, we perform sin and we incur sin, and our suffering cycle continues. So Krishna is giving one more opportunity for all of us in the form of his prasadam. For me to chant Hare Krishna might be difficult. For me to chant 16 rounds might be difficult, but everyone eats Just make sure that whatever you eat, it is only pure Krishna Prasadam. That's it. Automatically, you'll get the urge to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. You'll get the urge to render devotional service. That's the beauty. That's why this tongue has two functions. One is chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and second one is to taste. If you can taste Krishna Prasadam and chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, or even at least one, or if two best, at least one of the other. Other two will follow later. That's what Prabhupada did for all of us. And he gave us this holy name. He gave us this wonderful, delicious nectarian prasadam. Prabhupada used to tell, I made this Hare Krishna movement popular because of love feast. People came for love feast, not for hearing Hare Krishna. So that is the USP of all the Hare Krishna center and Hare Krishna devotees. Chant as much as possible, have nice prasadam, and dance and go back home, back to Godhead. So this Janmashtami, let us take a vow that we will seriously pursue chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra as well as having the prasadam of the Lord. And the beauty is, because Krishna's name and Krishna's form is non-different, that's what magic happens. There's no difference. Abhinatvam nama naminaha. Krishna's name and Krishna himself, they are non-different. And that's why when we chant the names and touch Krishna prasadam, which is also Abhinatvam, that's why there's a transformation. Krishna is the purest. And when we associate with the purest, we become pure. Either we associate in the form of prasadam, either we associate in the form of the holy name of the Lord, either we associate in the form of the books of Krishna, that is Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavatam, we get purified, we get transformed, we get nurtured, we get blissful, truthfully. Because Krishna is the original Supreme Person. He's the original Supreme Father. He's pained by we not being with him. So he does all these things just to attract us back home, back to God. He comes in the form of prasadam. He comes in the form of name. He comes in the form of Janmashtami Vrata, Ekadashi Vrata. He comes in the form of deities. He comes in the form of months. He comes in the form of Tulsi. He comes in the form of devotees. He comes in the form of Bhagavad Gita. He comes in the form of Bhagavatam. He comes in the form of temples. All for his sons who are rebelled against him, who doesn't want to come back. He just expresses himself that he loves us the most. And only way we can be happy when we come back to him. So this Janmashtami, make sure that you understand that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is our well-wisher. He is not the product of this material world. He is not one among us. He is the Supreme. He is Adi Purusha. He is the original personality of Godhead. Ishvara, Parama, Krishna, Satchidananda Vigraha. He is the original Ishvara. There is no Ishvara greater than him. Parama Krishna, Satchidananda Vigraha. He has a form. That form which is not like ours. Ours is Asat, Achit and Nirananda form. It is Satchidananda form. Anadir Adir Govinda. He is the beginning of everything. And he himself has no beginning. That is Supreme Lord Krishna. His Janmashtami is coming August 16th. Sarva Karana Karana. He is the cause of every cause. He has no other cause. He is the ultimate cause. And we are chanting the names of that ultimate cause. His celebrations, his appearance, his birthday, his leelas, his pastimes, his devotees, his temple, his deities, his festivities. And these activities are inconceivable to our material logic. How can Krishna steal butter? How can Krishna steal clothes of the gopis? How can Krishna induce Pandavas to take adharmic ways to win the war? How can Krishna kidnap princess? You won't understand all these things now. Come, we'll tell you all these things. But you should come to us, or you should hear us. Simply don't apply your so-called logical mind and scientific mind. There's a requirement of knowledge, and the knowledge you have to approach a bona fide spiritual master to understand A, B, C, D, mathematics. You go to school to become an engineer. 16 years of your life is long, and to understand Krishna, you cannot understand Krishna by Star Plus serials or movies. It has to be heard from a bona fide source, stemming from the Supreme Lord himself in the parampara. Then you can understand. It is not possible, because Krishna is a property of pure devotees, and pure devotee can give Krishna and love of Krishna to anyone and everyone at his will. It's a process. You surrender to Krishna. That's what Krishna says in the 4th chapter, again, 34th verse. One should approach a bona fide spiritual master. Surrender unto him. Ask relevant questions. and render service. When these three things are done, a self-realized spiritual master will impart you the knowledge, will show you the truth, because he has lived the truth, he has seen the truth, he has experienced the truth. He himself deals with the truth on a moment to moment basis. And such is a bona fide spiritual master. You take it from him, not any other so-called personality who thinks he knows about Krishna. That's why the college which you learn has to be authorized. That's why he's killing so many demons. He's playing with his coward friends. No, he's dancing with the gopis. This is Krishna. We cannot understand by our mental logic, because it's all transcendental. What is transcendental? Again, surrender, you'll understand. Not easy. But chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, having prasadam, associating with devotees, gradually you'll be able to understand. And as I said, his birth is not due to karma. We are forced to take birth in a particular family according to our karma. But Krishna does not take birth like that. He appears on his own sweet will. He decides whichever form he wants to come. He can come in Narsimha form, Matsya form, Kurma form, Varma form, Varaha form. Like that, there was unlimited number of avatars. No limit to his avatars. Vyasadeva in Srimad Bhagavatam, he stops after 24 and he says, if I go on telling the Krishna's different forms, this book will not suffice. It will never going to end also. Then he concludes that, Ete cha amsa kala pumsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. All these are either kala or portions of the expansion of Krishna. But Krishna is the fountainhead of all incarnation. He is not avatar. He is avatari. Everything emanates from him, including Vishnu. So what should we do? Simply we have to surrender to Krishna. Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita says, Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. Then our business of repeated birth and death is finished. This is what Prabhupada says. What is our business? Our business is repetition of birth and death. So that business will be finished if you surrender to Krishna. But we want to continue with our business of repeated birth and death. So can't help. You come here and sit and go back. For this purpose you come. But when we come in touch with the bona fide spiritual one, when he gives his knowledge, he gives his causeless mercy, and that sits upon us. And thanks to Prabhupada for giving us this Hare Krishna movement, this International Society for Krishna Consciousness today all across the globe, every city, every corner of the whole world, on this day, Janmashtami will be celebrated with great pomp and reverence. And the golden age has already begun. It's the humble request. We Indians should take it up seriously, especially the youngsters who are watching this. This is our culture. Krishna he was born in this tract of land. This is Punya Bhumi. All the great acharyas, they appeared in the south. The Supreme Lord himself appeared in the northern part of this tract of land. This is a sacred bhumi. It is not an ordinary bhumi. So it's a duty, it's an onus is upon all Indians, especially youngsters, to take up this mission seriously, spread the glories of Shri Krishna. So we should utilize this auspicious day of Janmashtami to become more and more Krishna conscious. And that should be our real profit. That this real profit can be given by Indians. It's a duty of every Indian. Bharate bhumila janma hoila yara karo janma sartak karo paropakar. Do this paropakar. First, make your life perfect by yourself taking Krishna consciousness seriously and sharing this knowledge with others. So this Janmashtami, let us come together physically if you can render service in the temple, or online if you can do it. Some way or the other, spread the glories of Sri Krishna, and that will bring real peace and prosperity and happiness into this material world, in this Kali Yuga, where all the hopes of such things have been getting diminished. So Prabhupada said this movement will be remembered for saving the mankind from going to hell. And if we become part of that glorious savior movement, and that is our real glory. And that's what we need, youngsters, to take this seriously. Please do take it seriously. Chant 16 rounds. Have Krishna Prasadam. Understand this philosophy of Krishna consciousness seriously. And most importantly, go out, preach this message. And that is real Janmashtami. Thank you so much for patiently hearing me. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.